Hello, guys, and welcome back to this week's Plan with Me. So, I was really excited to start planning this week because I'm using this gorgeous Scribble Prince Co. mystery kit, which is a mermaid under the sea winter themed kit. And I just found it really pretty, this kit. I was really excited to start using it. And I actually decided to use it with some sparkly hollow foil, which I think matches perfectly. And it actually came with a wiggle, snowflake wiggle, but I decided on using the snowflake bundle from my shop, from Olive & Co, because I haven't used that in this planner. So I really was excited to start using that. Or I actually haven't used it at all. So I really wanted to use it. So that is what I'm using for almost all the foil. But yeah, the snowflake bundle is still in the shop. It is still in the shop with a little bit of discount. We actually released our new foil bundle, which is butterfly themed. So instead of all the snowflakes that you're seeing on this spread, we do also have now a butterfly theme for spring. Obviously, I thought that was really pretty. So I'm actually really happy with how it turned out, and I think it's going to be looking so pretty with a lot of spring spreads and even more kits, I think. So yeah, that's it in our shop now. But yeah, this kit was so appropriate for the week that, well, I mean, I don't. This was quite a while ago. I mean, this was I think like the second week of January. I'm a little bit behind with the plan with me, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, that was obviously because I didn't have my inserts over here. I had to wait a little bit on the inserts, and I'm looking at my planner right now, and I totally see that I forgot to put down the date dots. So yeah, great. I don't think I can pull off all these stickers now. So we're just gonna leave it like this, guys. We're just gonna leave it like this. You live and you learn, right? So I'm sorry, you guys are not gonna see me putting down some date dots, but that's okay. That's okay. One thing that I really like about these inserts that I'm actually using the Caress Press inserts, is that they are divided in the months. Is that how you use it? Divided? I don't know. I mean, you have those dividers, the monthly dividers between each, I think, 4 weeks or maybe 5. I don't even know. But I'm really loving this at the moment. And yeah, I'm really happy with these inserts. And what I also really like is that I don't have to put the month on top every spread again. I did it last week, but then when I looked at my spread, I was like, why is it up there? It doesn't need to be here anymore. So I took it off, and I'm really happy that now my sidebar is just one straight line. And for this week, I actually changed up my sidebar just a little bit because I don't have any sparkly hollow 5mm washies from Simply Gilded. So I actually just used some glitter headers with some overlays on top. And I have to say that I'm not mad about it. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I haven't done something like this in a really long time. I think for last year, I used all Simply Gilded 5mm almost for the whole year. And this week I changed it up, and I didn't even put like a little bit of white space in between it, which I always do. I always do the 5mm and then with white space, and I really like that look. But I mean, I changed it up just a little, and I'm not mad about it. And you guys are going to be seeing it in just a few minutes. But yeah, I'm overall so happy with how the spread turned out. I actually used a Simply Gilded sparkly hollow white washi, and I was really debating it because this kit actually came with a 50mm add-on, but it was purple, and purple is my favorite color, so I really wanted to use it. But I had never used this Simply Gilded washi. But then when I rolled it out, I saw that it was actually a misfit. And I mean, it makes sense because it was a freebie. So she threw in misfit washies, I think, in her orders. But yeah, I was so debating on what to use. And I'm really bad at making choices, if I say so myself. Like, I could just start looking at it for like 10 minutes and I just cannot make up my mind. So that's super annoying. One fact that you guys need to know about me. I'm super bad at making decisions. But yeah, I decided on using the Simply Gilded washi. And I don't hate how it looks, but I do think that it would be prettier if I've used the 50mm add-on. But yeah, I'm just rambling, guys. I'm just rambling. But yeah, the washi is misfit, and you can see like a little bit of a shadow. I think, let's just call it a shadow. I don't really know what it is, but it's definitely a misfit. But you can only see it if you look up close, so I don't really mind. But I've learned for my next spread, when I'm using Sparkly Hollow, I don't think I'm going to be using a Simply Gilded washi, because this is the only one that I have. So there it is, guys. I don't know if I'm going to show it to you. Yes, you see, here I'm figuring out, like, oh, what is going on with this washi? Maybe I'm going to show it to you guys a little bit up close, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, so that is my bottom washi situation. And yeah, I'm super happy with how the spread turned out. I think Sparkly Hollow is definitely one of my favorite foil colors. I think my foil top 3... Ooh. Guys, what is your foil top 3? I would really like to know that, because I think it's really difficult. I think my foil top 3 is gold, hollow, Sparkly Hollow. Yeah, I've said it. It's out now. I think that's it. I think that's it. But I would really like to know what your foil top 3 is. So one thing that I also noticed later is that I always have a difficult situation with picking out my full boxes, because, as I told you, I'm not really good at making decisions. So even full boxes can take me a while, guys. I'm not being dramatic over here. It's serious. But when I was finished with the spread, I actually saw that I skipped a fashion girl. And I was so mad about it, because I never skip a fashion girl, guys. I never skip a fashion girl. I love myself some fashion girls in my spread. So what makes the most sense for me in my head is to have one fashion girl on one side and one fashion girl on the other side. And I totally missed out on one fashion girl, because there were actually 3 in this spread, or in this kit, which is mental. I love it. Mental in a good way, obviously. I am actually hoping that if you're watching this, that you're still doing okay, because we are still in this tough period of time. And I was just actually thinking the other day, I think I was discussing it with one of my friends, that it has almost been a year, guys. How has it almost been a year in this crazy times? I just don't know where the year went, guys. I definitely feel like the whole world was just standing still and just the time moved forward. That is definitely how it felt for me. But I can't imagine that it almost is a year. Like, I think in some countries it obviously has already been a year, but over here in the Netherlands, last year in March, we actually had our first lockdown. So it is crazy that it's almost a year over, and it just feels like time. The only thing that is moving forward is the time. How crazy is that? But yeah, I think that we actually had one lockdown before, and we're in lockdown again already for quite some time. But I definitely am noticing that with this lockdown, I am struggling way more. And that is because also the weather is so bad over here in the Netherlands. And it is actually gonna go even worse, the weather, because it's gonna snow. And I'm not, snow and me, no thank you. No thank you. I prefer to skip that, but obviously that's not up to us. But it is going to be a real hard winter for, I think, the next month. And I'm not really looking forward to it. Also because I'm not able to work out outside. And that is definitely something that I really like, because obviously I'm stuck at home all the time. But now with all the snow outside, I'm not really able to do that. So that's really annoying. But I have definitely found a way in... how do I say that? I definitely found a way that I like to work out now, because I love to work out. I know I'm one of those crazy persons that loves to work out. And I found it really... I've talked about this before in my Plan With Me's, but I found it really difficult to exercise. And I have finally found a way, because our gym actually, you can actually sign up for a kind of like a personal training, and you can do it with the 2 of you. So with one other person that is also in our gym. So I'm actually going either with my mom or my dad. They are going to give you a outside outside workout, and you're able to do it twice in a week. So that is just perfect. And I am really loving that at the moment. And I have finally found a way to really push myself a little bit more, because when I was working out at home by myself, I just didn't really know what to do. And yeah, I have tried some YouTube videos to watch, but it's just not, I think like the whole inside my room working out is just not my thing, because I'm also at the moment working there. I am living there. I'm changing there. I'm planning there. Like, I'm doing everything there. And yeah, I'm just definitely missing it. But we will be back, guys. We will be back, and we're gonna do it better than ever. I'm always telling that to my friends also who really miss partying, and I'm just telling them, guys, don't you worry. Next year we're gonna party even harder. Don't worry, guys. It's gonna be fine. So yeah, that was just a little bit of an update about my gym life, how that was going right now. I'm sorry if you're not really interested in that. But let's talk a little bit about the plans actually for this week. So what I try to do, let's talk a little bit about the stickers. So what I always like to do when I'm starting to pre-plan my week is I really like to do the color matching to my spread. So I try to only use colors and emojis and munchkins that really match my spread. So for this week, I definitely think that it worked out, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So on Monday, the first thing that I did is that I actually had a work meeting, and I'm using a emoji from the Coffee Monsters & Co. And I think this is now like a solid thing. We have a work meeting every Monday, and it's obviously a virtual one. So that is what we're doing on Monday. And then the next thing that I marked is that I worked on my shop a little bit more on Olive & Co. And I actually used this gorgeous, I just love Fox and Cactus, guys. I really like Fox and Cactus. And I actually used I don't know what girl it was like a pastel one, but I think she's a little bit brighter. I don't even know if she was a pastel girl, but she's a Fox and Cactus girl. And then after that, I actually had an appointment that I had to go to, and I didn't really know how to mark that. I always have a difficult time with marking some appointments, and sometimes I use some bows from White Deer Stationery or from Clever Girl Crafts, but I didn't really have those in Sparkly Hollow. So I used this Olive from my shop, who is wearing a face mask, and on the face mask you can't really see it because it's a little bit further away, but there are actually snowflakes on the face mask, so that's really cute. And then I actually went home and I spent some time planning. And I used another Olive from my shop, and that is also from a snowflake collection that I've made. And then I actually had some family time, and that is a heart sticker that I used. But that heart sticker I actually also made myself. And it's really nice because on those little icons you can really see the foil, because I don't really think that you can see it properly on the snowflake overlays and such, because it's just too far away for you guys. But on that little icon, you can definitely see it a little bit more. But on Tuesday, I had to go to work. So I was off for a little bit, and I actually had to go to work once every week because we had to actually to take some vacation days. Obviously to help out my bosses a little bit. So I was actually working for 1 day a week. That was not even this week. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. But I went on my bike, and I used this Coffee Monsters & Co. Emoji. And then I had to film a lot of videos for my job. So that is one thing that we have to do now, because we are not able to see any clients. One of us has to go to the salon every day and package orders and send them to the post office. But we also have to film like a lot of videos for social media, and it's not my favorite thing to do, guys. Like, I'm already struggling with even making voiceovers, and now I have to sit down and talk to a camera. So it's not really my thing, but that is in Dutch, so that helps a little bit. But I used a little film clapper that is from my shop, again from Olive & Co. And then the next thing that I marked is that I was in pain. And that is actually a little bit of a sneak peek over there, because that Olive is not in the shop yet. But I'm still in quite some pain, and therefore I really wanted to use the sticker. And I actually gave myself a little bit of a facial when I was on my break at my job. So that is the next thing that I marked, and I marked it with a Coffee Monsters & Co. sticker. And then when I came home, I actually worked out and I used another olive sticker. So this was just a workout at home when I was really trying to figure out what to do, which wasn't really successful. But I did it, guys. I did it, and that's what counts. And I used again another olive from my shop. And then we had some more family time with my parents and my sister. And I used another heart that I made myself. So on Wednesday, I had to go to my work again because we had a little training, but it was virtual. And this was my week that I had to go 3 days in the week. So that is the first thing that I marked on Wednesday, is my little bike ride that I do because I always go by bicycle to my job. I mean, not always, but most of the times I do. And then I just marked in a label that I had to work all day. And then I gave myself a little treatment again, but for my legs. This one was for my legs. And then we had a training all day. And I used some, what is that shop? Mr. and Mrs. Mint, like little creams and face washes. I really adore those stickers. They're really, really cute. And I think these are perfect for marking some training time for me at my job. So that is the next thing that I marked. And then I had to mark that I was in some pain again. Surprise, surprise. So I actually took a bath when I came home because the pain was really bad. And one thing that I noticed is that taking a bath, I think that this helps maybe a lot of people, but it actually helps so much if you're in pain to take a bath. And with pain, I mean, my stomach is really bad, my tummy, and I am still having some appointments here and there to help myself, obviously, but I'm still not there, guys, but I'm gonna get there. But for the butt, I was really struggling, guys. Here, do you see that? It is taking me a while. But for the butt, I actually used a Fox and Cactus sticker, and that is actually one of my favorite stickers from Fox and Cactus, and I actually ran out of those, so that's pretty annoying. But yeah, that is the last thing that I marked on Wednesday. I have to say that it is really going up and down for me with the pain, but I have good days, I have really bad days, but I think we all have that. But I'm gonna be fine, guys. I'm just really trying to stay positive and obviously work on myself so much. Just being healthy obviously helps. So I try to do what I can. And then on Thursday, I had to go to my job again. So the first thing again that I marked is that I went on a bike ride, and we actually had a health training. And that was really interested, I should say. And I marked that with a little Coffee Monsters & Co. Emoji. And the next thing that I marked is that it was super cold. So because we had a health training, I actually had it with one of my colleagues, and there was someone coming over. And we obviously had to make sure that there's enough air and, I don't know, air circulation, is that maybe how you say it? So we had to keep the windows open all the time, and it was so cold, guys. I was not dressed for it. I was so stupid. So I obviously had to mark that I had it super duper cold. And I used another emoji from the Coffee Monsters & Co. And this was the first time that I used these emoji, and I think it's so adorable. So this was actually the time that you were allowed to be with or invite 2 people over. So I was with my colleague. We were with the 3 of us. So it was allowed, guys. That was allowed. And then because I was so cold, I gave myself another facial, and that is actually with a heat lamp. So that was really nice. And I marked that with a olive from my shop. And then I had to go to the pharmacy and pick up my medication for my stomach, for my belly. And I used this Planning Like a Pro doodle. And then when that was Thursday, guys, already. So on Friday, the first thing that I marked is that I had to take some pictures for my job, and I used a little olive sticker, and that is just one of my favorite olive stickers. I think it's so adorable. And then I gave myself another treatment for my legs, and then I had to stop by one of my friends outside, and she actually had to give me a present for one of my other friends. And we actually had to send it to her. So I stopped by one of my friends, and then later in that day, in that evening, I actually did my nails. And I marked that with another Coffee Monsters & Co. sticker. And I said it in the last week's Plan With Me already, but that sticker, I don't know what it is, guys, but I just really, really like it. I think it's such a cute emoji. And then I watched Love Island again. I'm still not done. I've actually started with a new season, and I think I've said it in my last week's Plan With Me also, but I just really love it. Love to put it on the background. So if I don't have a lot to mark, I just mark watching that. But even though it's on like almost every day. But yeah, the next thing that I marked is that I couldn't sleep all night, and I marked that with a Once More with Love sticker. I have been I'm having some trouble with sleeping these days. I don't really know what it is. I don't know if it's because of my tummy, but my head just keeps going and going and going. It is super annoying, and even though this was quite a while ago, I'm still experiencing it. It is so annoying. So if you have any tips on how to get some rest in your mind before going to sleep, help me. I would really like to know. Tips are welcome, guys. Tips are welcome. And then on Saturday, I actually worked out with one of my friends outside, and I used this Fox and Cactus sticker. And then after that, I actually took a really long walk with one of my dogs. So that is the next thing that I marked, and I used another Once More with Love sticker. Below that, I actually had to mark that I had a panic attack, and I'm looking at it now, and I actually wrote it incorrect. So yes, that's just typical me. But yeah, I had a panic attack. It wasn't fun. I have never had a panic attack in my whole life, and it actually happened while I was driving. So I had to stop the car, and I just stood there for 15 minutes crying my eyes out, didn't know what to do. That was so not fun, guys. It was so not fun. But it was just because I hadn't had my car for so long, and I just still wasn't really used to it. And I was just super annoyed with myself on not figuring out how to work my car properly, drive my car properly. So I was just so annoyed by myself, and I was driving, and I just got into a full panic attack because it doesn't even make sense if I'm telling it right now, but it happens, and it wasn't fun. But yeah, then I had to mark that one of my really good friends, it was actually her birthday, and I totally forgot to mark that. So for that reason, it is marked really down below. But yeah, it was her birthday, so that was really nice. And then I had some family time again. And then on Sunday, the first thing that I did is that I had to plan and edit my Plan With Me. And then I had a Netflix binge, and both of those are actually from the Snowflake release from Olive & Co. from my shop. And then I actually spent a day with two of my friends. Back then it was allowed to be with two persons. At this time, not anymore. And we actually watched The Lion King together, so that was really nice. I love The Lion King. Oh, it was such a good movie. It is such a good movie. And then we ordered some food together. So yeah, guys, that was this week's Plan With Me. It was not such a fun week as I'm looking back at it right now, but at least the spread is gorgeous, guys. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching the video, and I am super excited to be back next week with another Plan With Me. Thank you guys. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.